They've been pumping oil out of this ground since the 20s. Then in the 80s, it started drying up. By the 90s, it's pretty well played out. This is shale. It goes all the way from here to Midland. So just imagine layer after layer, a solid rock slapped on top of one another like slices of bread. And between the slices, well, that's your butter. Just figured that out a few years ago. Now, Chevron spent $53 billion to buy a drilling company to get it out. So we can assume the lease is on 400 wells, but we're going to have to drill horizontal and we're going to have to frack it. A deal like that's called a farm out. So we have access to 400 wells. It's going to cost between $11 and $18 million for each well. We agreed to the first 9. That's $162 million. Now, if we hit on the first 4, that means we're obligated to drill 9 more. If we hit on 4 more, then we're committed to 27. You see where I'm going with that?
I do.
Our deal is that we recoup on strikes to 120%, and then we start revenue sharing. It's a pretty good deal when it's 2% interest, but at 12%, we're bankrupt in a month. It turns out the first 9 are dry holes.
Okay, so what do you want from me?
Well, each strike has to pay for itself, and then it has to pay for the next one. So we got to get ahead of the bank. You have to make a deal that pays for the whole thing on the first home run. Now, Nate here is going to take you through the numbers.
YOLO.
Dale will take you through the science. By tomorrow, you'll be a damn expert.
Why new pumps? What's wrong with these?
You mean wells? Too shallow.
How deep do they need to be?
Dale?
Between 10 and 13,000 feet. But you got to drill at an angle and then you got to frack it.
Frack it.
You shoot a shit ton of salt water down hole, and you squeeze all that oil out of the fractures, then you pump it up, separate the water. Technology, it changed the game out here.
Yeah, isn't this the technology that's causing earthquakes in Oklahoma?
There were earthquakes in Oklahoma before fracking, ma'am.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Tommy!
Yeah.
Look. You understand, I don't think anyone should be doing this, all right? I think it should be illegal.
Well, then you should have run for Congress instead of getting a job with an oil company.
I have a very hard time advocating for something I believe is wrong.
Says the lawyer. Good and bad don't factor into this, Rebecca. Our great-grandparents built a world that runs on this shit right here. Until it starts running on something else, we got to feed it, or the world stops. There is an alternative. You can throw your phone away and trade that Mercedes in for a bicycle or a horse and start hunting for your own food and living in a tent. But you'll be the only one. And plus, I hear the moral high ground gets real windy at night.
There's about to be like a crazy scene and I need to get ready for work. No. I just like don't. But I need to. I'm debating if I should wear like low-key just like sweatpants to work and then change when I get there. I kind of think that's the vibe. I feel gross. So I think I'm gonna put sweatpants on. Wow. Alright guys.